Now, can you check your phone? It will be a crime this evening for your phone to ring. That person trying to tempt me with the phone. There's something called the spirit of judgment. It operates on me, but I don't regulate it. I pray for you. The last time I stretched my hand like that, the person ran mad in 3 days.
Welcome back to Damaging Your Ignorance. So, this conversation has been trending on social media and it has to do with Apostle Arome Osayi. He is from Nigeria and he has created a niche for himself as regards intercession, the apostolic movement. In his own, corner, he has done something for himself. Apostle is also known to be controversial, meaning there are certain things that he points to, there are certain things that he tries to correct, there are certain things that he says. Some might say he's full and filled with pride. Now we have Pastor Abel Damina, who is also very loud when it comes to scriptures and correcting ministers. In fact, he's big on that. He made wave and he's still making wave as regards that. Now, one would think that Apostle and Pastor, one would think both of them will agree, but there are certain things that they do not agree to. Now, let us look at this part of phone ringing in which Apostle, you heard what he said at the beginning. He said it will be a crime for your mobile phones to ring. If it rings, I'm going to do something that you guys will not like. In fact, there is a part where he said that he has not put it under control. He said he has the spirit of judgment, meaning he can put out certain utterances or point towards you. And he said, look, someone that challenged me, this person challenged me by allowing his mobile phone to ring. That person ran mad after 3 days. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this is making the rounds. Social media is right now on fire. People are trying to compare and contrast. And I think we should listen to what he has to say, then we will conclude and talk more. But before we proceed further, please like, share, tap on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Returning subscribers and those that have been here, I say a very big thank you to you. If you like what we do here, kindly tap on the button that says subscribe and turn on the notification bell. And also, there is a button there. It's a love icon with a dollar sign in the middle of it. You can also tap on that button. Let's get right into it.
I pray for you that you will know where you are standing. Many of you have not met a real man of God. I pray for you. I pray for you. Are you with me? You don't come to the house of God. There's something you don't understand. May it not burn you off. I was there in the ministers' conference when a pastor made jest of Umar Pai. No need to continue the story. You already know. That's when I discovered that a human being can pray on another human being that is born again, and then the anointing will never rest on him. They didn't see that type before. Everybody had to do ballet. So the whole ministers' conference that morning was prayer of appeasement. And those are the people that have the spirit of judgment. All right? And not too long ago, my name was put on that list. May the Lord give you understanding. It's not a will to judge, it's a spirit that is judging. So I warn you. Because if it rings, I will go home. I promise you. If I hear the sound of the ringtone, I will go. I will go. And before I come to Canada again, it will take a while. It will take God to minister to me to come back. So I am announcing the allergy that I will not I'm allergic to the ringtone. If your phone rings today, I'll go home. And it will take the move of God for me to come back. That may not mean anything to you, but it might mean to some people. For God was with him. I would like us to reverence him. When Satan came to take my life at the age of 13, he was the one that said no. I was away from my body for 8 hours. So I saw the other side. Many of you have nothing to compare what you read the scriptures with. It's not real to you. The person I saw on the other side, it's an abomination for you to be so careless when you come into his presence as to allow your phone to become an object of distraction. You must have watched my video when I was somewhere in Canada. The whole world insulted me because I could not stand someone considering God so little that he forgot that his phone will be a distraction. It was more than 1 million views with diverse comments, but it did not move me because I know the one in whose service I've come. And whether people like me or not, is that a ringtone? Let's know what it is. What was that? It sounded like a tone. Just be truthful. If it's a tone, I'm gone. I'm gone. Yes, can you, no, don't say mercy. I already told you what the outcome will be. I need a feedback from you people that went to check. Be sincere and tell me what happened. I've already told you what I will do if a phone rings. I will go home. Or the person has decided not to show himself. That means I'm going to pray and ask God to hunt that person. So you stand up. Is it your phone that rang after my elaborate announcement? But I spoke about alarms too. I have accepted your apology, but I'm still going to leave because you just violated what I said openly. With all my heart, I was speaking. My phones are, most of the time when I come to church, my phones are not even with me so that I would not violate what I believe. Now, so those of you that are careless, wait. Do you believe your own carelessness alone is enough to deprive everybody of the blessings of God? The meetings we went to, that people's phone, the one, even that one, that somebody's phone rang, that I stepped down, the person never came to me to apologize. I had 1 million insults. 1 million. At least. The views of that stuff was way more than 1 million. As at the time I saw it. And the people did not know, the people commenting and insulting me did not know that the preacher of the day had finished preaching. So they just gave me the mic to greet the people. That's when that. And I warned them, because a phone rang, I warned them the way I did today, and then someone's phone still rang. My job that night was to greet. And I refused to greet if God was not honored. The people working on the videos caught that aspect. Meanwhile, the preacher had finished preaching, ministering. I just came to greet. And I refused to greet if Jesus was dishonored. People that were not there saw that window. You know why Milcah was cursed with barrenness? She was seeing David dance through a window, and it was narrow. She couldn't see the ark that was the object of the dancing. So people saw through that window and were making comments. And the Lord said, keep quiet. Go about your daily business, which is what I did. That he would take care of the comments. Today, you are my witnesses. I made an announcement. I said, don't. It means the next time I'll come to Canada, God must lead me. Next time I'll come, it will be a leading. I will not just come because there's a reason to come. I must be led by Jesus. 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 Amen. Please stand up, sit. So I want to give you time now. Check for your alarm.
Welcome back. Now, there are strict instructions on dress code, strict instructions on gadgets such as the use of camera in certain government facility or offices or even institution. There are rules that regulate certain military installment or setup or military barracks or where weapons, arms and weapons and all of those gadgets are stored. There are rules such as you cannot make use of certain kind of cameras or even no cameras at all. So when someone says, I will not operate with any kind or sort of diversion, or I don't want smartphones switched on when I'm here, the person is simply saying, I want full attention. If your phone is going to have a sound, then I will be moving out of this place. Now, there are people who cannot be without their phones. They just have to be with their phones. Probably they have children that they need to be aware of whatever it is that could happen, and they need to be kind of always constantly alert or connected. So why don't you put your phone out of any tone and maybe a vibration and a softer one, so that you can be alert whenever you need to put yourself together if there is an emergency or whatever. I believe there are people who cannot be without their phones. For example, they have aged parents at home, and their smartphones are used as a form of communication should an emergency or anything. Let's say there is this app in your phone and it is connected to a certain gadget, probably a smartwatch that your aged parents wear, or even children with certain disability, and maybe there is a fall, and you are in church from work, you go to church, you are in this service, you can put it on vibration, something like that. I will not for one day say, oh, why is this? Because he said a lot of people had lambasted him because he walked out because a phone rang and he had warned them earlier. And whilst he was still speaking here, someone's alarm rang. The thing is this, people should respect and reverence God's presence, or whenever there is a gathering that requires quietness, it should be respected. I am not going to say, oh, what does it mean? And we're in church. It could even be anywhere. There are some schools too that you cannot have your phones ringing or music playing on it. There are strict rules in different places. So the thing is that social media reacted to this, and some people are like, what does he think? Who does he think he is? That he always want to present himself like as if he's bigger than life and is larger than life, and why is he speaking that way? He's full of pride. I mean, they say a lot of things. Yeah, he carries himself in a way which could be his personality. And don't forget that he has this thing, a kind of deformity on his face, and it came from birth. He had this problem with his face. Such people, I've said it times without number. Not like I'm making an excuse. Such people with that physical disability, our face is the first thing that people look at before they look at any other thing. Most of the times they look at your face. And your face is very, 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 kind of very important. So if you have that kind of face and whenever people look at you, they see that deformity, if you're not careful, it comes with this depression. So how he was able to fight his own is what he has inside of himself. He got himself educated and he pressed and pushed. And now he has the calling. It's like, come on, I have what I have. I have what I have, and you cannot look down on me. Maybe that's where the thing of pride comes in. Yes, it is true that when he speaks and the way he carries himself, he presents himself that way, like, I have it. And he's not the only one. Most pastors do the same because they want you to respect them. They want you to see them as a mouthpiece. It's something that is there. We see them like that. You might be, oh, he's not humble. Well, about the phone ringing thing, I am fully in support that there should be sanity. You cannot have your phones ringing. Imagine you're in church, you're preaching, the phone is ringing here. In fact, there are some churches you cannot even stand up anyhow. Some will even say, look, before the pastor comes in, there should be nobody moving back and forth. Some of these pastors have not been able to reach that point where they concentrate to receive. That's why you see some of them say, no. When I'm listening to the Holy Spirit, I don't want noise. I'll be distracted. You see? So it depends on the level. Some of them, that's how they are. I cannot concentrate if there is any form of distraction. So, like I said, social media is saying a lot of things. Some people are reacting to this. They said, what is wrong with him? Let's boycott him. If he thinks you heard him, you heard him say it himself, that over 1 million people, many of them pointed fingers at him, lambasted him, and they said all sort of whatever terrible things to him, like, you are too prideful, who are you, you left, then go, don't come. What are your thoughts? What can you say about all of this? There are certain things that certain people might not like about him, which is bound to happen. Like when he spoke about certain things personal about himself, and certain people had jumped on him like, you have always presented yourself as if you're a perfect person. Your story is always that of someone who, like, which I believe many pastors do. And since people tend to copy each other, they have spiritual sons, you always find the same pattern. Like when they come out to talk and preach, most of what they say is about how they experience this. It makes you sitting down there in the audience feel like you are far from God, you are far from the connection, you are far from everything. It happens that way anyway. People begin to feel like, oh, this man is with God, this man is standing with God, this man, he has experienced the supernatural. I am here and I'm hoping to experience the supernatural. And they talk about, oh, every time you go to church, they make you feel small. They make you feel like they have fasted, they have prayed all the prayers in this world. And at times, some of them will, like, they have given all the tithes, the offering, the seed, and that's why God has blessed them. Like, they are above you and they are the key and connection. At times, some of them are like that. But when I listen to Arome Osayi, I see more of the experiential gospel, let me put it that way, preaching. That's what I've observed, where they talk about experiences of people they don't know, books they've read, and like this kind of apostolic evangelism, sort of. And they talk about their own experience, what they have encountered, and what they have done, sort of to kind of to kind of boost or to kind of make you want to. And they say some of these things, they like a good storyteller. Yeah, it could be emotional, and he knows how to key into that a lot. You heard the cries and tears, definitely maybe coming because he had made it like, I'm going to walk away, and people are gathered there, and the person whose phone rang or the alarm might be like, oh, I'm the one that caused this one. People will go after me, and like she had to cry and weep, and people around her to cry and joy, so that pastor apostle will kind of so these are some of the things that people are not happy about. Yeah, like, who does it think he is? So now they have to cry. For me, I think what he's trying to get there in this is for people to have that fear of God and to have that contract. Yeah, at times it might look like, oh, so they should be afraid of you. Well, it is what it is. If you know what to do and you know the right thing to do, I don't think there will be a need for such, you won't have to say what he said. What are your thoughts about this one? Drop your comments, like and share. See you in the next update.